So I'm just getting out to a service call on this Lennox gas furnace. Basically what we got, the customer has a thermostat, it's just not satisfying. It's set to I think 70 degrees for heat, and it keeps getting to like 62, maybe 65 or so. One thing I kind of noticed when I got down here is the thing kept cycling. It was kicking on and it would kick off, it'd kick on, it would kick off. From what I was seeing, I thought maybe a flame sensor. I also thought maybe a drain. I had like a little bit of a gurgle here. I blew out the drains, but I had nothing. I just kind of pulled off these drain hoses right here and blew them out. Didn't really have any restriction or anything like that. Next I went and thought my flame sensor might not have been reading, but also it was weird. Sometimes when it was firing, it wouldn't even get the flame to where the flame sensor was. It was like snuffing out. I did test the flame sensor eventually. It wasn't that low of a reading, but I still kind of pulled everything and cleaned my flame sensor as well. And I was starting to wonder if maybe I had like a heat exchanger issue or just something weird going on, or a blockage in the secondary heat exchanger. I don't see any like moisture or water or anything, which I usually see when something like that's like when it's like rusted through. This system here is about 15 years old, so I just kind of started trying to think outside the box, and then started following the vent line out right here, and I had already fixed it now, but right here this drain was sloped down so it wasn't draining back. So I think I was getting like a pocket of water sitting here, which is pretty much plugging up the drain. So to kind of test that theory before I had made the adjustment, I hooked my manometer up to here to just kind of see how much negative pressure I was getting from my inducer motor. And one thing you can kind of see on the manometer, I probably should have got a video of it, but it would actually fluctuate, so it would basically get lower then higher, lower than higher. You can kind of see it fluctuating. And what I've seen with that is the water that's actually in the vent line, it kind of gets pushed from the air pressure and it'll slosh back. It just kind of doing this in the pipe, and you can actually see it reflect on my readings on manometer. So that's just something that I had kind of seen in the past, which kind of made me start to think about it. So since I made that correction and the flame sensor, I've cycled it now about 3 or 4 times, and I keep getting it to fire. The flame looks pretty good to me. I'm not getting any like weird rollout or a lot of orange or anything like that. So I think I got it taken care of. I think my main culprit was just that slope, and what I think might have happened is I think this tankless just got put in. We didn't do it, but someone else did. I think it used to be a tank, and I think when they redid everything, I'm wondering if they kind of adjusted the strap or something. That's one thought I had of how it could have got the slope messed up. I also see here, I think maybe this had a drip or something at one point, but I see a random coupling right here. Well, I think the people didn't cut a chunk out of the pipe, so they put this coupling in, which raised everything to give it the wrong slope. So luckily I was able to get this side up. Otherwise I probably would have had to cut out a chunk of over here, you know, a small chunk to get that slope right. I put a coupling in and everything on that vent pipe, but I think that's the case. I think possibly it was just whenever that leak was fixed. It's just been kind of an ongoing thing. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that does the trick. I will let the customer know, just, you know, they have a 15-year-old furnace. It is getting older, and just to kind of prepare for a little bit more issues probably with this, just since it's getting kind of in that upper range of what we tell people is a good life expectancy. But if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.